Welcome to FireStar Tarot. I am Empress Egypt, and I know I've been gone for quite a while, about 2 weeks now, but I am back. Of course, Mercury retrograde had me in my feels, and of course, clearly being an empath as well as an intuitive, it's very hard for me to give you guys a good reading if my energy is not in the right place. Excuse me. So. Again, I do apologize, you guys, for not being on for 2 weeks, but I am back and good to go. And as you guys can see, my energy is good, okay? So with that being said, you guys, I have decided to bring back the shadow work readings, and today's reading is going to be a shadow work reading. I want to kind of say a few things before we get into the reading, because I think a lot of people are kind of misunderstood or misconstrued when it comes to the difference between masculine and feminine energy versus divine masculine and divine feminine energy. So this reading is not pertaining to divine, okay? Divine is when there is a perfect union, there's a perfect balance, and of course, shadow work readings are going to be based on the issues that we need to face within masculine energy as well as feminine energy. So again, it's not the twin flame connection, it's going to be more on the 3D side of things. We're going to be looking at, of course, the shadows, again, of masculine and feminine energy, okay? So this reading will apply to not only couples, but this will apply to people who are single, that are looking for someone. This will apply to people who may have an attachment to an old lover. This will also apply to people in relationships, couples having issues within your connection, okay? So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and start off with messages from spirit, messages from ancestors and divine. This is kind of the positive energy before we get into the reading, and then we will get into the shadows, okay? I should be live, you guys, for about an hour. Maybe less, maybe more, just depends. There will also be an extended to this video. So if you guys do want to purchase the extended, in the extended, we will dive a little bit deeper, look at the possible outcome. So if you guys feel like this message is for you, that's what the extended would be for. My extendeds are $5. All you have to do is send me, an email. My email is provided in the description box. Just be like, hey, Empress Egypt, I would like the extended, and I will send you over my PayPal link, and you guys can do purchases through PayPal, okay? Same thing, if you guys want to book a personal reading, I am open for personal readings. Just send me an email and ask me for a price list, and I'll send it over, all right? So with that being said, you guys, remember, masculine and feminine are energies. We possess both masculine and feminine energies within us. So if you can understand the shadows of masculine energy as well as feminine energy, you should be able to be balanced as an individual. And of course, you know the law of attraction. My goal here is to get you to a point in your life where you feel very balanced so that you attract what you are, okay? Let's see, I think that's pretty much it. Anything I forget, I will either bring back up in the video or I will put it in the description box for you guys, okay? So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into this reading, you guys. So my main emphasis is going to be on the shadows within not only masculine, but feminine as well. So trigger warning for all of you guys. I know I didn't put it in the title, but there should be maybe some things that might offend you or even trigger you. And if it does, hey, understand that it's with all good intention, okay? Because in order to be able to grow as an individual, you do have to face the shadows, all right? So let's go ahead and get messages from ancestors, guardian angels. Show me what I need to see when it comes to the messages for masculine and feminine energies, please. So I hope everybody was good while I was gone. Like I said, my emotions were all over the place. I do apologize, but I am good and I'm back, right? All right, Spirit, what do you got for us? Messages for my masculine and my feminine energies, please. Let's start with feminine energy. Feminine energy first, please. Perfect. We do have you're not alone for my feminine energies out there, okay? Isolation, physical connection, and community. So I do feel like, honestly, with this card coming out right off the bat, I do feel like a lot of my feminine energies have been feeling very isolated, alone, maybe even a lot of fears when it comes to being alone. So ultimately, Spirit is trying to say that you're not alone, though. Even though you may feel alone, even though you may be alone in isolation, you always have a soul tribe around you. There's ancestors that will always be with you, that will travel with you throughout your whole life. And of course, they're the ones kind of nudging you and pulling you back, as well as divine. Divine's always within you. So never feel like you're fully alone, okay? Because you're not. And again, this is that physical connection, right? This is that understanding that divine is within you and the answers you seek are always within, okay, feminines? So even for my masculines out there, remember when I refer to energy, I am referring to energy. So even for my feminine energy, my masculines out there, my males out there, you guys are going to have the feminine side of you too. So the feminine side of you would be that, the side of you that fears being alone, fears being in isolation, okay? So let's go ahead and get a message, Spirit, for my masculine energy, please. Masculine energy, message for my masculine energy. See what happens. Sorry, you guys. Super nervous. It's been so long since I've been on. All right, one message, please, for my masculine energy. Spirit, one card for masculine energy, please. And again, you guys, I am live, so if you do want to interact with me in the comments are open. I will not ask personal questions, but if you guys do have any questions pertaining to the reading, that's what the chats are for, okay, you guys? So definitely say hello in the chats, tell everybody hi and where you're from. Spirit, show me what I need to see when it comes to my masculine energy, please. Okay, masculine energy has a lot of messages coming through. Interesting. All right, so let's take a look here. A few cards have flipped over. 4 did not. So 2 flipped over in the upright, okay? We have karmic relationships. Interesting. So I do feel like a lot of my masculine energies are dealing with karmic relationships. So for my masculines out there that are in a relationship or are dealing with someone that you're separated from and still kind of in that energy back and forth, I do feel this energy of a lot of karmic lessons, right? Karmic ties, karmic relationships, bad karma, okay? We also have activated earth, power places, ley lines, trust where you are being led, okay? So for a lot of my masculine energy, this is telling me that Spirit has a lot to tell you when it comes to trusting your intuition, understanding in the process of point A to point B. Sometimes we get so caught up in the concept of time that it's automatically you want to rush into a relationship, or not even rush into a relationship, but because of the feminine energy being, having this fear of being alone, ultimately masculine energy starts to doubt their intuition and also starts to doubt the process in between of, where you're going or where you started and where you're going. So ultimately those ley lines is kind of like connect the dots. I don't know if you guys, hello, hi. So I don't know if you ever remember like a connect the dots when you're in school and you have to sit there and connect the dots. And sometimes when you're younger, you fuck up those dots. Ultimately the dots in between, right, until you form the whole picture is what ley lines are, okay? So it's going to be all the connecting dots in between to ultimately get the story of your life, okay? So what Spirit's telling me with this is that it's this energy of telling masculine energy that, hey, karmic relationships, yes, they may be bad, but it's a foundation. It's the laying a foundation to get you where you need to go. So ultimately, masculine is going to be a little bit more going through the side of things, going through the drama, going through the negative and the challenges of things, and feminine energy is feeling very isolated, okay? So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into this reading and see where you guys are at within the shadows. We will also look at some positive things too, okay, you guys? Because with my shadow readings, I don't want to just make it to where it's so negative and so like dark that you're not fully getting the concept of how to actually overcome these things. So I will be pulling overall advice, okay, in this reading, all right? All right, collective, so let's go ahead and dive deep a little bit here. Let's start with feminine energy, and then we will get into masculine energy, okay? I will be using the Deviant Tarot for the shadows. I've used this deck before when it comes to the shadows. It is a little bit more demonic, but it does suit the dark side very well, okay? So let's go ahead and start with feminine energy first, and then we will get into masculine energy, all right? So let's go ahead and take a look at what's going on with feminine energy. Spirit, show me what I need to see when it comes to my feminine energy out there, please. Show me the shadows, the challenges, the problems, the issues they face so that we can address them and work on them, please. All right. I thought something flipped. All right, let's see what we got here. Interesting. Okay, so we have for the feminine energy, we do have the Page of Swords energy. Okay. Pages talk about communication, all right? Messages of communication. The Suit of Swords has a lot to do with the way we think, the way we communicate. So automatically, this is telling me that a lot of my feminine energies may or have or could be getting some form of communication when it comes to things that you aren't clear about. Whether this is within you, feminine, or this is with someone else, we will clarify and find out. But ultimately, there's some issues when it comes to the yearning and seeking of communication, okay? So clearly with a lot of my feminine energies really feeling isolated here, I do feel like honestly there's this urgency of waiting for someone to communicate to you, or this weight of some form of communication here, okay? And this has been a steady energy with most of my readings, honestly, with a lot of the feminine energy, okay? We also have the Two of Cups in reverse, right? Telling me that there's definitely disunion when it comes to, again, this is just really showing me that there's a fear of isolation. There's a lot of people who are even in relationships that feel single. And this is really leaning on my feminine energy because, of course, we are talking about feminine energy. But clearly these cards are laying down because there's shadows within the way you're seeing the Two of Cups union, right? There's issues within the expectations of what a perfect relationship should be or this perfect union should be. So ultimately, there's this huge urgency to be able to have some form of communication, maybe from someone in your past, or if not, just being clear on things that you've been confused about. Also, too, there's some type of confusion when, again, it comes to this Two of Cups energy, okay? Again, we'll be diving deep into all of these things. We also have the Chariot coming through, okay? Again, you guys, the Chariot, this is major arcana, okay? Major arcana, however you pronounce it. The Chariot talks about this fast action. This is a fast action that is divinely guided. So maybe you feel like things are moving really fast here. And this is pertaining to isolation, and it's pertaining to, I feel like a lot of my feminines out there are wanting this fast communication. They're wanting fast clarity. It's like my feminine energy expects the answers and you want the answers now, okay? You know, interesting enough though, it's not that it's like this impatient feeling, but then it kind of is. You know, it's not necessarily that you're totally impatient and you can't wait. It's just this like feeling of you've waited so long for this relationship, or you've waited so long for things to go better in your relationship. So it's like you've been asking the questions, you've been, you know, trying to make sense of the situation, or even being alone. You're just trying to really, again, be able to communicate with yourself here, find out what's going on. And ultimately, again, it's this impatientness of wanting things to happen, right? Feeling like you've been waiting too long. We also have the Six of Pentacles, very interesting. So this is telling me that my feminine energies are in a very equal, giving, balanced kind of energy, okay? I do feel like, honestly, maybe in the past, a lot of my feminine energies have either been codependent on someone, and so there's a lot of releasing of this codependency, okay? And because of this releasing of codependency, ultimately, it's this balancing act when it comes to the equal give and take. I do feel like a lot of my feminine energies have had to go through things, and because you've gone through those things, you ultimately know what it is to have this need and this yearning to be self-dependent, right? What's the word I'm looking for? Again, being able to depend on self, right? So let's go ahead and get a few cards for my masculine energy real quick and see what the shadows are for my masculine energy here. Spirit, show me what I need to see when it comes to the challenges, the problems, the issues within my masculine energy, please. Wow. So we have the Six of Wands coming out, right? This is about getting through all the challenges and problems and starting to see a way out of things, okay? So I do feel like, honestly, a lot of my masculine energies know they've been in karmic relationships. They know they've been going through some things. And with the Six of Wands energy, this is telling me there's this part of you that is just like done with the bullshit, ready to push forward, ready to start another fight. And it's this, again, this energy of really that warrior energy, right? Masculines are like, okay, you know what? I've been going through this bullshit. I'm done with this. And so ultimately, I'm ready to start a new beginning here. I do feel like there's still a lot left to finish out in this cycle before you can actually start a new cycle here, masculine energy. But ultimately, the sixes are all about really, again, kind of overcoming the challenges and pushing through, right? So it's not to the end yet, right? You haven't made it to the nines or tens, but ultimately you're at the sixes. You're seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. And it's this energy of really starting to say, okay, now I need to take action. Now I'm willing to really do what I need to do to create a more balanced way of thinking, right? A more balanced way of handling your emotions, handling your passion, handling everything in life, okay? So there's a lot of optimism with this card. There's a lot of hope. There's a lot of desire, a lot of need, yearning, wanting more in your life, masculine energy, okay? So interesting, we have a few more cards. We also have the Empress coming through. So clearly my masculine energies are wanting their counterpart, okay? I do feel like, again, a lot of masculine energies have been in this karmic relationship, okay? Again, with this card for the masculine energy, right? Karmic relationships, lots of karmic relationships, really being tried. You know, it's understanding the polarity of things so that your soul can grow, right? So that you can actually face what it is that you want. And sometimes you have to go through things and realize that the situation you're in is not what you want in order to be able to fully understand what it is that you want. So again, it's that going through things to find out, again, what it is that you want, right? The experience, the life lesson, the soul growth, okay? Interesting, we also have the Ace of Cups in reverse, okay? So this is telling me right now that there is this lack of love in your life. There's this lack of manifestation when it comes to love. I feel like, honestly, you feel like there's a lot of illusions, or there has been a lot of illusions within a lot of your relationships. And again, with this karmic relationship energy, that's what this is, right? I feel like a lot of my masculine energies out there have kind of lost faith, lost hope. Not all the way, but ultimately there's this like hesitation, even though you're willing to go through the struggles, even though you're willing to see the light at the end of the tunnel, it's still this burdened energy, right? It's these issues that you're carrying still from this past energy, from these karmic relationships, okay? So since this karmic relationship card is coming up, I highly, really strongly feel that there's still this karmic attachment, okay? So I feel like a lot of my masculine energies have not fully released these karmic cycles, okay? And this is why there's this lack of love, this power of love, okay? We also have the Five of Wands. Interesting. So going from this energy of wanting to push forward past the challenges, and now here are these challenges coming back, okay? The challenges you face right now, masculine, has a lot to do with passion. It has a lot to do with intimacy, maybe temptation. Maybe this karmic person keeps pulling you back into the situation, enticing you sexually, right? Or making you promises of a new creation in the relationship, or that want or that need of wanting you, right? Or yearning for you. So ultimately, it's kind of pulling you back in. But remember, with the Ace of Cups here in reverse, there's still a lack of love in this connection, right? These karmic ties, right? These karmic cycles, my masculine energies are not ending. We also have the Star in reverse. Remember what I was saying? I feel like a lot of my masculine energies out there have just really been feeling like, because of these karmic relationships, you're not going to have love, right? Because of these karmic relationships, you're automatically thinking every person's going to be like this. I'm never going to find someone who is on the same level as me. But again, I still feel this energy of you wanting it though, right? It's like you see the light at the end of the tunnel, but you're still doubting yourself. And this has a lot to do with the activated earth, right? Not trusting your intuition, okay? Or not necessarily not trusting your intuition. This is more not trusting the dots in between that gets you to the end of that timeline, right? It's not trusting the karmic relationships to create what it is that you ultimately want, need, and will expect and not expect in the next relationship, right? So masculine energy got a few more cards than feminine energy, okay? So I will say, I'm not saying that masculines are in a worse off position, but I do feel like, honestly, a lot of my masculine energies are still in karmic relationships here. A lot of my female energies is more in this isolation, trying to focus on them, not being so codependent on someone. So I do feel like, again, a lot of my feminine energy has just been more, not necessarily impatient, but just like, yeah, the time has come. Like, I'm ready for this, okay? But remember, if it was meant to be, it would be right now, because everything has a time and a place. And it's important to understand, again, that divine timing and our understanding of timing are totally two different things, okay? So let's start clarifying some of this, and let's find out what's really going on, because remember, all of these cards are being laid down as shadows, things that need to be worked on, okay? Bottom of the deck, we do have the World card, right? The World card is a beautiful card to be grounding this whole energy, because this is grounding masculine and feminine energy together, okay? So what is it that is grounding masculine and feminine energy together? It is the idea of accomplishments. It is the idea of putting faith in the universe and the way things work out. So beautiful enough, the common shared space within masculine and feminine is this hope and desire for more. I do feel like, honestly, again, though, with the masculine energy and the star being in reverse, I do feel like a lot of my masculines are kind of losing faith a little bit. And if it's not that they're losing faith, it's just that you guys are really feeling like a lot of your wishes have been unfulfilled, feeling like your dreams are never going to come true. It's like you've been wishing on a star and there were illusions within your wishes. So when you got it, it just wasn't really what you thought it was. Okay. So again, this is that trial and error lesson, right? The learning lessons to be able to fully figure out what it is that you deserve. Okay. So let's tap into this a little bit more. I am going to be using the Hermetic deck to clarify here. And again, you guys, we will be going into an extended where we will be looking at the possible outcome between masculine and feminine energies. We'll be kind of tapping into ultimately what they need to do, what you guys need to do to get to that divine perception, right? That divine 5D level, so that, of course, you can attract your partner, right? Let's start with feminine energy here. I know I've been all over the place, you guys. I do apologize. Hopefully I'm making sense for you guys. Remember, the comments are open if you have any questions, okay? So you're not alone. Remember this, okay, feminines, my feminine energies out there. I'm not going to call you divine feminine right now because we're facing the shadows. This is nothing divine about this, okay? Now, in order to become light and to become divine, you do have to face these dark areas, because if you choose to just, put it in the past and kind of act like it's not there, these issues will always come back up, and unfortunately, you'll just repeat the same cycles again, okay? So again, trigger warning, you guys, I do apologize if you get offended. I have offended other people before with my shadow work readings, but I do feel, and my people have requested, you guys have requested to do the shadow reading. So this is what it's for, okay? So let's go ahead and start with the Page of Swords energy. Again, I feel like a lot of my feminine energies are really just waiting for communication from someone. Again, this can be, okay, and let me explain this because it's important. This can be in a relationship, okay? You can be living with someone in a house and be having issues, okay? So ultimately, this is that want and that need to communicate. Now, if you're single, this is just you feeling alone and wanting to have a connection with someone, wanting to communicate with someone. If you are in separation from someone, this is also that same yearn, desire, and want to be clear when it comes to things, right? You want to communicate with this person, or you just want to communicate with someone, especially with this energy of isolation, okay? So we're going to start with this, and we're going to clarify what exactly it is that you're wanting communication about. Who is it that you're wanting communication from, all right? All right, Spirit, what do we got here for the Page of Swords energy? Show me what I need to see when it comes to the Page of Swords energy, please. Clarify the Page of Swords. What is it that my feminine energy wants to communicate about? Interesting. So my feminine energy wants to actually communicate about their hopes, their dreams, their wants, their needs, and desires. So I do feel like, honestly, my feminines are really craving this energy of wanting to have that intimate conversation, that intellectual conversation about goals, traditions, values, morals, the things that, may be something that they share. Ultimately, it's just having that conversation, right? Being able to communicate the things that my feminine energy desires, okay? Awesome. So we also have the Three of Wands coming through. So I do feel like, honestly, again, this is where I was saying I feel this energy of a lot of my feminine energies going through shit, okay? And because you've gone through shit, we have the Three of Wands energy here, right? This is that established strength. This is going through the problems, the issues, and ultimately being in this isolation of saying, okay, I've been through it. I know this journey's been rough, but I'm strong because of it. And I feel like my feminine energies just want to tell somebody this, right? My feminines want to communicate their hopes, their wishes, their desires. They want to communicate how strong they've been and the journeys they've been through and the things they've been through, right? We also have the Eight of Swords in reverse, okay? So this is also telling me that there is a lot of hesitation when it comes to ending cycles out. Now, of course, we're going to tap in and find out the shadows within this, but ultimately, there is this need of communication. There is this need of, again, intellectual communication, right? Again, speaking with someone about these things, okay? The Eight of Swords energy, though, again, this is a really, really like dragged out ending of some sort here. And again, I have, it's like, how can I explain this? It's like for some reason, I'm being really drawn to the way you think here. And because this is swords, right? So this is going to be how you think, how you communicate. So I do feel like, honestly, this yearning to communicate has been really dragged out here, okay? And I feel like, honestly, feminine energy, you guys are really beating yourself up over this, right? Am I going to be alone forever? Am I always going to be alone? Is this person ever going to come back to me? Or is my spouse ever going to communicate with me? Are we going to always be in this funk of not communicating? You know what I'm saying? So again, this can apply to couples, relationships, separations, all of it, okay? We also do have the Nine of Pentacles, though, in reverse. So this is telling me this has to do with wishes unfulfilled, okay? So again, I'm feeling this energy with feminine, that this is someone from your past. It doesn't have to be, but I'm feeling this energy of wanting to communicate things that you've gone through with someone who you did not feel like satisfied. You didn't feel like the things that maybe you did communicate, you didn't get. Does that make sense? So I feel like there's this pull to a past energy. I haven't clarified yet like that, but I am feeling that right off the bat, okay? So maybe a lot of my feminine energies are still holding on to someone from the past, or maybe this is just, again, maybe someone from the past, or if not, just this holding on to the energy of the past, okay? Whether this is an actual person or not is kind of irrelevant, okay? Because there's still this energy of, excuse me, being stagnant because of the past, right? Being stagnant because of things being dragged out. Yeah, you know, I really feel like, honestly, feminines, you've really fought hard here. You really have. And I feel like a lot of the stagnation that is created here is because of a lack of wish fulfillment, right? I feel like, honestly, the reason you can't let go of the past is because there's something there that was not closed out, right? This is why you're yearning that communication, because there was some form of communication that didn't happen. Because remember, these are still the shadows, right? Hermit in reverse at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, massive isolation. I feel like, honestly, because of things failing, things not being fulfilled when it comes to your wishes, when it comes to love, when it comes to finances, all of it. I feel like because of the shit you've gone through, feminine energy, there's a lot of, well, screw it, I'll just go within. I don't need to, you know what I'm saying? I'll just shut down. I do feel like a lot of the feminine energy really has shut down here. It's not that you don't still have hopes and wishes, though, because the star's coming through, right? It's just this energy of, because things didn't work out in the past, again, it's that stagnation, right? We also have the Two of Cups. Let's clarify and see what's going on with this Two of Cups, and then we'll be getting into the masculine energy here in a minute. All right, Spirit, why is the Two of Cups here in reverse? What is this disunion? Is the disunion within, or does it have to do with romance? Show me what I need to see, please, Spirit, when it comes to the Two of Cups in reverse. Seven of Wands, yeah. So I do feel like, honestly, there's a lot of problems and fears, okay? Two cards flipped over. Wow, interesting, very interesting. Yeah, okay. So remember what I was telling you about a past energy? I was feeling it, okay? This isn't going to be for all of you guys, okay? So this is just for a few of you guys, and then I'll explain the rest when it comes to relationships, single, and all that. But for those of you guys who are here because of someone from your past that you can't seem to let go of, this is exactly why this energy is coming through. So I do have a feeling that most of you guys clicking on this video to face your shadows are going to be to face the shadows of things that you can't let go, okay? So again, this is all based off of some decision that was made that left you feeling like your wishes weren't fulfilled, okay? Feeling like materialistically, okay? So I'm talking about people, places, and things here, okay? Anything tangible. So ultimately, I feel like there was a lot of loss. Maybe a relationship ended, maybe finances ended. There's just loss here, okay, period. So I feel like, honestly, this loss has you really stagnant, okay? And it was based off of a decision, okay? Now, whether this was a decision that you made to go into another business or into another relationship, ultimately it has you feeling like, you know, again, it's focusing on this past decision that was made, all right? Seven of Wands energy, all right, clarifying the Two of Cups. I feel like, honestly, you're really stuck on the problems and fears of this past energy, okay? And again, whether this is a person or just something that happened in your past and it has you feeling isolated and alone, ultimately the issues that lie within you, feminine energy, are going to be this, again, clinging onto this past, okay? Clinging onto the things that didn't work out, not fully understanding the concept of established strength, not understanding to fully gain and become the divine feminine. You have to go through these things so that you can create boundaries, but you can also release codependencies and the shadows, right? So that you can face these shadows and move on, so that you are in divine, right? So that you can attract a divine partner. So when I'm asking what's going on with the Two of Cups in reverse, it's clarified with, of course, the Seven of Wands in reverse, right? Being really stuck in these problems and fears. I feel like there was a lack of intimacy in some form of connection that also has you feeling like maybe you were an option. If it's not that you were an option, it's just feeling like maybe there was like relations, like, intimacy that happened and this person ghosted you, or maybe because of someone in the past doing this, it's coming through in this reading. But ultimately, there's these fears with intimacy, okay? And that would actually explain why you're going in isolation, right? Because you have this fear that people are going to take advantage of you, right? I feel like maybe some of you guys got intimate with someone here and ultimately it led you to doubting if you can have another intimate connection like that, because the next time you have an intimate connection like that, you may be left alone again, right? I feel like some of you guys, not all of you guys, got intimate with someone of your past, okay? And again, this is a past energy I'm feeling, okay? So this isn't like it's right now, but it's more of you feeling isolated, not sure how to communicate, even though you want it. Does that make sense? Because of this past energy that may have led you astray. I feel like, again, a wish wasn't fulfilled here. It created problems and fears when it comes to intimacy, feeling like if you are intimate, again, you might lose your heart, right? I feel like there was this huge barrier between the two of you, between masculine and feminine energy. I feel like feminine energy here, and I haven't even got into masculine energy, but I feel like feminine energy here, again, maybe was very intimate and fell in love with someone because of intimacy, and then this person either leaves them or this person just did something that hurt them or hurt you. So this is where it leads you to, again, doubt your intimacy connection, right? Into anything intimate, all right? Interesting though, because the Two of Cups is also clarifying the Two of Cups in reverse, okay? So I do know that this has to do with the Lord of Love, right? This has to do with this expectation of what this union should look like. I feel like a lot of my feminine energies honestly want a relationship. They want a relationship that is equally loving, equally giving. It's that 50-50 relationship, right? It's the law of attraction. You want someone who is going to treat you right. You want someone who is going to love you, give you affection. Someone who is going to literally shower you with love, right? And you want to give this to someone as well here. But there's still a lot of problems and fears based off of a disunion in the past. So being clarified with the Two of Cups is telling me that, love is there, right? The Two of Cups is there. It's just that because you're focused on this disunion, you're not seeing the Two of Cups in the upright. You're not seeing this amazing union that you can get, right? Because again, you're focused on this separation. You're focused on this disunion. You're focused on the problems and fears of the things that you wished and hoped for that did not get fulfilled. It's also clarified with the Ten of Cups in reverse. Very interesting. So now this has to do with not only money, but love as well. So I do feel like there was a lack of manifestation when it came to a connection. I do feel like, honestly, there was a lot of wishing. And when you wished with this person, it was wishing, not only the love aspects of it, but the home, right? The traditions, the values, the morals, the building a home together, right? The house, the white picket fence, all of it. So ultimately, it's like my feminine energy doesn't see that the union is still there, all right? It's like feminine energy just keeps focusing on this past energy. And because you're focused on the past energy of the shit that didn't work out in the past, that, the shit that led you astray, the shit that hurt you, right? Those fears are actually holding you back from creating the Ten of Cups in the upright, because you have it in the reverse here, right? You don't have it. You don't have this love. You don't have everything that you can think of when it comes to ultimate moral, tradition, value, where you're going to plant those seeds and how you want those seeds to grow and what you want them to produce. Ultimately, you're not producing here. Why? Because you're focused on this Two of Cups union. So I honestly feel like the hesitation here is because, again, this is why I was feeling a little bit of impatient, but not totally impatient, just like frustrated, right? Tired of waiting. So I do feel like because you guys are really focused on, again, the things that didn't work out in the past, also emphasis on what this Two of Cups is, right? This twin flame journey. You know, it's important to understand that the twin flames don't just get the twin flames, you know? The twin flames become that divine union when they've worked on themselves and they attract someone that matches their energy. But if you're in, because look, it's important to understand, it doesn't matter. The Two of Cups came out in reverse, you guys, okay? So for my feminine energy, there's a disunion within you. It has nothing to do with the masculine energy of your past or the masculine energy of your future. So ultimately, this Two of Cups in reverse is telling me that there is a disunion within you as an individual feminine energy. This is why you're not getting the Ten of Cups. This is why you're not getting the Nine of Pentacles, okay? This is why there is this massive stagnation. But regardless, it's important to understand that no matter what, feminines, the Three of Wands energy is here, okay? But also what's important to understand is between both of the energies, we have the karmic relationship card. So I do feel like, honestly, the stagnation, the hesitation on the feminine energy has to do with a karmic cycle that had to play out so that you can establish that strength. Let's clarify a few more cards. We have 2 more cards to clarify, and then we will get into the masculine energy, okay? All right, Spirit, what's going on here with the Chariot? What is divinely coming in fast here? Show me what I need to see, please, when it comes to the Chariot. We have the Ace of Wands. So I do feel like, honestly, Spirit comes in and quickly, all right, quickly ends things with something here, okay? Something you are extremely passionate about, feminine energy. I do feel like, honestly, though, whatever this is, this Ace of Wands, I'm going to clarify and get a few more cards here. I feel like, honestly, it's like you may have rushed into things before, and maybe that's why you were in a karmic relationship in the first place, because you fully didn't see what this person was capable of doing here, okay? Not blaming you here, okay? It takes 2 to tango. Always remember that, right? You're not always fully responsible for things. Yes, you are responsible for your own actions, and you are responsible for the way you handle other people's actions. But ultimately, Spirit comes in really quick, right? And pushes you to not take a new passionate beginning when it comes to an intimate connection here. I do feel like, honestly, again, before, I feel like whatever energy was in the past, feminines, I feel like, again, they were karmic relationships because you didn't have the boundaries established, right? You didn't have the guards up. You didn't have the boundaries up. So I feel like past energy, feminine, fell in love, maybe had sex, and really fell in love. Ultimately, it was a karmic relationship. You were supposed to go through the pain. You were supposed to go through the heartbreak so that you could understand what it was and you could feel that pain so that you don't allow someone to do it again, right? That's what a karmic relationship is about. I get you may have loved this person in your past, but ultimately, or even this person that you recently let go of, because the decision was made, okay? So this is a decision made, so this can be present past energy, but ultimately, again, this doesn't feel like new energy here. I feel like the only thing holding you back is this feminine, okay? Is this energy, yep. Non-reconciliation, here we go. This is that same energy, right? Coming back, that person from your past here. So I do feel like, honestly, and it makes sense, it really does. And you guys, I know it sucks, especially for those of you guys out there that aren't dealing with somebody that you're holding on to in your past, because this energy keeps coming up. But clearly, Divine wants me to speak on it. I relate, I understand. This is why the Mercury retrograde had me in my feels as well. I feel like, honestly, there's a part of my feminine there's a huge part of my feminine energies that want to reconciliate with someone from the past. Not only do you want to reconciliate with someone from the past, but it's someone from your past that you feel like your wishes were not fulfilled. You feel like emotionally you were not fulfilled. You felt like you had to really fight for this relationship, okay? There were a lot of problems and fears, and these problems and fears, they still follow you today. There's, again, this energy of you really wanting reconciliation with this person from your past, not being able to let go of this person from your past. really honestly feeling like there's never going to be a new passionate beginning, but that's what you want, right? Because you want to communicate everything you've been through. You want to communicate what it is that you want long term, right? Tradition, values, goals, all of it, right? But ultimately, spirit comes in here with the Chariot. This is divine, okay? This is not you. This is not anybody else around you. This is God. This is divine. This is your ancestors. This is divine energy coming through here and saying, no, you're not going to have a new passionate beginning with this person from your past. Not right now. Why? Well, because there's a disunion within you. All you're going to do is attract this person from your past in this energy. Does that make sense? If you want to turn this equation around, you ultimately have to find this balance within you. Now, we're all individually different here, okay? So the things that are unbalanced for me are not going to be the unbalancing things for each and every one of you. So it's important to understand that and understand that you don't have to completely cut things out here, okay? You don't have to completely forget this person from your past. And if anyone tells you that you have to just completely forget someone from your past, it's a crock of bullshit. You will never forget someone from your past, especially if you have this kind of energy, okay? This never having closure, or not necessarily having closure, but still wanting and yearning this person. You have to just understand what it is that you're supposed to learn from it, and it makes it easier. And it makes it easier on you so that you're not in this situation again. You know, a friend of mine who is going to school to be a psychologist, okay, has helped me with some of my issues, and so has tarot. Okay, it's a form of therapy in ways that a lot of people don't understand because of the taboo name, right? One of the things she said to me was I kept finding issues within my relationship. And ultimately, every time I would find issues within my relationship, I would ultimately go back to this one particular person. And she brought up a really good point with the situation. She said, Christy, you have to ask yourself, and yes, you guys, that's my real name is Christy. She said, Christy, you have to ask yourself, you know, is it because you're not happy in your situation? Because automatically, again, I would just have these, anything went wrong in my relationship, I was automatically thinking about this one person, right? And she brought up another good point. She was like, look, you never had closure with this person. This person never gave you, let me show you. This person never gave you the Two of Cups. This person took the Two of Cups from you. This person never gave you the Nine of Cups. This person, and this is my example, okay? This isn't, and I can relate to you guys 100%. Again, you guys, I didn't come on for 2 weeks because I was in my feels, right? About someone from my past that I hadn't thought about in forever. Ultimately, though, she's, you know, it's because this person didn't give you the Ten of Cups, right? But at the same time, this person from my past didn't not give it to me or didn't give it to me. It was always the best thing I ever had. Does that make sense? I know it's hard to explain. I hope I'm not confusing you guys, but ultimately it's like this. If you're having issues when it comes to being alone, and you automatically go back to a past energy of someone who never gave you closure, someone who never fulfilled your wish, but it was the closest thing that you had to happiness. Anytime you're in a situation when you're unhappy, you're going to automatically think about this person. So the bigger question you have to ask yourself is not if you're not going crazy, okay? Or not, is this person, am I thinking of this person because they're thinking of me? You know, am I feeling their energy and this is why I'm having these dreams? Am I feeling this person, are they thinking of me and that's why I'm thinking of them? No, I had to face the facts that I wasn't happy in my situation, and I had to face those facts alone. So ultimately, that's where my journey began when it came to working on myself so that I could see things clearly from not only the relationship I was in, but from the relationship in my past. And that's the same energy I'm feeling here. Now, clearly, my relationship, my friend, you know, with my friend and the conversation we had went into hours and hours of conversation. So I was just trying to sum it up for you guys so that you could understand. Ultimately, the reason you guys cannot let go of this person from your past is because it was the best thing you've had. I'm not saying that it will be the best thing that you ever have, but because ultimately your mind is automatically, and this does not make you a bad person, it does not make you fucked up, okay? But automatically, anytime things aren't going right, you automatically, okay, reaction in the mind is to go back to the closest thing that you had to happiness, okay? So that's this energy I'm feeling here. Let's clarify, you do have 2 more cards here, you guys. Actually, 1 more card here, because I do think it's really important here to strongly emphasize on this disunion within you, okay? You have to get a hold of why you feel unbalanced. You have to get a hold of why you're really unhappy. Goal as an individual so that you can attract what it is. Okay, you attract what you are, and I've stated this in so many of my readings. Birds of a feather flock together, right? I know you guys have heard that combination. You've heard that saying, or even we're not cut from the same cloth, right? Again, this is kind of all that same energy. You are what you attract, right? So ultimately, if you are in disunion, okay, if you feel like you're not the 10 of cups and you're never going to have this 10 of cups, you're going to attract someone who thinks you're never going to be a 10 of cups and doesn't deserve a 10 of cups. But again, so if you're in this disunion feminine energy, you're going to attract a person that is in disunion. Someone who's going to come in and take advantage of this situation, or someone who is going to be in the same level, right? It's like the saying, 2 drug addicts can't be together, because it's almost next to impossible, because again, you attract what you are. So at any point, if one of the drug addicts chooses and decides to kick the habit, now you have the other person that is sober and one person who is an addict. When that person changes, they're going to start seeing the negatives within the addict, right? So ultimately, that person that has stopped the addiction has grown. I don't care if the addiction is love, codependency, fear, abandonment issues. It doesn't matter. You can put drugs in the equation. You can put alcohol in the equation. It doesn't matter. You can even put on top of it how we all have mental issues. And I'm serious. We all have depression and issues because nobody has taught us how to properly target it and work on it. Make sense? So ultimately, you're going to attract this. If you're in this energy of feeling like you're never going to have what you want, or you don't deserve what you want, or you're in disunion because you're so focused on having this perfect relationship, you're never going to be in union, because your focus is outer and not inward. Does that make sense? I felt like I just needed to say that, because I'm feeling this energy of this person from the past, right? This holding on to this past energy here. So again, what's Spirit doing? Spirit's going to make things happen really fast. We'll pull a card and find out exactly how Spirit's going to do it, but ultimately, Spirit is going to show you that, look, there's not going to be any happiness when it comes to this person that you want reconciliation with. I feel like Spirit's trying to tell you, hey, look, no reconciliation, no 10 of cups with this person. Especially if you're in the same energy and this person's in the same energy. It's not going to work out. Doesn't matter how much you love this person. Doesn't matter how much you want things to change. Ultimately, if you can't change yourself, you're going to attract the same energy, okay? Let's see what's going on here with this equal give and take with the 6 of Pentacles, okay? Because again, it's coming through in the shadows. So there's something going on here when it comes to this disunion and when it comes to this equal give and take, okay? Spirit, why is the 6 of Pentacles here? Show me what I need to see, please, when it comes to the 6 of Pentacles. Okay, way too much. Sorry. I feel like that Spirit saying there's a lot of shit, right? And I feel like, honestly, that's how Spirit's feeling with your energy. Spirit's feeling like, okay, look, there's so much going on here. But again, it's like, it's almost confusing because you have so many thoughts, right? So it's like, I feel like, honestly, a lot of my feminines are like, God, give me an answer, show me, am I crazy? What's going on here? Give me a sign, again, seeking and asking for guidance and divine guidance. And I feel like you keep asking the question, but you're not showing me. You're not showing me. I haven't seen anything. Have you ever stopped to think that maybe that's because you knew the answer all along and you should have never been asking? Ultimately, sometimes we ask divine for guidance and help, and Spirit will not answer us because the not answering is the answer in itself. Does that make sense? I feel like a lot of us doubt our intuition, and we call upon him to give us answers, right? Or her, depending on what it is that you believe in. But ultimately, again, the answers you seek are within. So even asking Spirit and God and divine for all the answers doesn't mean that he's going to give you an answer. Sometimes the silence is the answer. All right, clarifying the 6 of Pentacles with justice, with balance. Interesting. So I do feel like, honestly, there's something, my feminine energies, that you're not fully understanding when it comes to this balance, okay? And why this is important is because bottom of the deck, Ace of Pentacles in reverse. This is why you're not manifesting. This is why you can't get a hold of this isolation, right? This is why you can't get a hold of these karmic relationships. This is why you don't have the Two of Cups. This is why you have the Ten of Cups in reverse, the Temperance in reverse, the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. You know, this is why you have the Seven of Wands in reverse. There's a lot of problems, fears, period. Fear. There's a lot of fear with my feminine energies. So let me break this down to you, because clearly this is stopping you from manifesting the connection you want. The Six of Pentacles talks about childhood memories. This is why I said I was feeling this past energy, right? And the Six of Pentacles really confirms it for me. I feel like there's this past energy, okay, whether this is childhood trauma, whether this was just a childhood relationship, or even just a relationship from the past. Ultimately, I feel like there's this yearning and wanting and need for balance when it comes to the equal give and take with this person. Not with you, but with this person. I feel like there's a lot of questions that are going through your head, feminine energies. You know, will this person love me? Why didn't this person give to me like I gave to them in the past? I feel like, honestly, you're wanting justice, right? You're wanting balance brought back into this situation. You're wanting that equal give and take. But the issue is this is coming through as your shadows, right? So there's something you're not seeing within the balance, within that equal give and take. And maybe it has to do with the fact that you're unbalanced within. Maybe you gave all of yourself away. And I've stated this in a lot of my readings, you guys. If you go back and listen to any of my readings, I bring this up pretty repetitively, okay? This is that 50-50 in a relationship. And I, for the longest time, used to think that I wanted somebody to match me on 100% level, and give on 100%. Like, I thought for some bizarre reason that it should have been 100-100, right? Whatever I bring to the table, you've got to bring to the table. Whatever I do for you, you have to do for me. So if I give you all of me, you have to give me all of you. It's incorrect. First of all, love is a game, so it's not going to come that easy, right? Second of all, you have to save 50% for yourself always. I don't care if you're masculine or feminine here, okay? So again, this is that balancing act. I feel like past energy, feminine energy, you gave yourself all away. This is why you did not get wish fulfillment. This is why you did not have abundance when it came to the manifestation of things in this connection. This is why you do not have the union right now. Regardless, again, if you're in a relationship or not, is irrelevant. It's this concept of getting something back from the past, but it failed. So all you're going to do is manifest that same energy from the past, and all you're going to have in the future is failure because of this disunion within, not seeing the balance that actually needs to be brought forward within you, right? It's expecting a man or a partner, whether they're masculine or feminine, doesn't matter. It's the fact that you're wanting this equal give and take, and you're depending on this person to give it to you. You're depending on this person from your past to come back and bring balance to the situation. Your expectations of how things should be is the shadows you need to face. It's interesting because, again, there's this, I'm really seeing this Temperance card in reverse. There's someone that you want back from your past. And all I can see is karmic relationship, okay? I know a lot of these tarot readers will tell you what you want to hear. Okay, I'm not knocking them. I love them all to death. Shoot, I'm not going to lie. There's one girl that she is so repetitive. She says the same thing every day, but guess what? I still listen to it. I'm not going to lie, because sometimes I just want to hear what I want to hear. I want to hear the good shit. Tell me the good things, right? Don't tell me the shitty shit. Don't tell me that I'm not balanced on the inside and I need to actually do the work myself. Don't tell me that things don't just come to me, that I don't just deserve love. But the reality behind it is that things in life are not that easy, and life is about the struggles, the problems, the fears, the issues. And it's about the way you handle them and the way you try to balance yourself as much as you can so that the situations you face aren't so all over the place. It's more in here, okay? So let's go ahead and clarify the masculine energy, and then we will start looking at, we're going to grab some advice from Spirit when it comes to these shadows. We'll also just kind of look at a few more cards when it comes to the shadows of your character. So this is the shadows of the way you feel, the shadows of the way you think, the shadows of the emotions, the shadows of the logic. But we're going to take a look at the shadows of your character as well, okay? So how other people see you, or how the way you feel about yourself can portray and how others can view you. Make sense? But before we do that, let's go ahead and clarify some of these guys. The masculine energies card, okay? All right, masculine, let's get into your energy here. I'm already feeling the energy sucked out of me. All right, let's go though. So we have the Seven of Wands first. Seven of Wands energy. Here we are with problems and fears again, okay? Like I said, I do feel you pull, wow. Clarifying the Seven of Wands with the Empress, okay? So I do feel like, honestly, there was a karmic relationship for my masculine energy. They felt like this person was the Empress. I feel like there was a lot of problems within this relationship, and ultimately you started to realize there was a lot of problems and fears within this connection. I do feel like a lot of you guys feel like this energy was your Empress, but you also feel like this energy was karmic, okay? And with the karmic relationship card here, as well as the Seven of Wands clarified with the Empress, this is telling me that even though you're having problems and fears based off of what you thought this person was from your past or who you're still with, ultimately there's still this part of you that is wanting to get through the jungle, get through the mess, and ultimately land with your Empress, with your counterpart, okay? So strong emphasis here though, okay? There's two Empresses coming through on the masculine energy side. So I do feel like a lot of my masculines out there have maybe battled between one Empress versus the other, okay? Maybe a lot of my masculine energies have been in a connection with somebody, and maybe you're tired of this connection. You're starting to see things about this person that you didn't see before, and you're not happy with this individual. A part of me is feeling this energy of you still caring and seeing the qualities of this person and still looking at them as an Empress, but still with this karmic relationship energy, still kind of doubting it. And then there's this other part of you that sees this possible new person, right? This new Empress here, or the possibility of a new Empress, right? So ultimately, it's like leaving one Empress. It's like you're dabbling in between two Empresses. Now, how can that be? Oh, it can be, trust me, because your perception of what one person is may not be the truth of what it is, right? So you may see the good qualities in someone from your past, but ultimately they were a karmic relationship. Just like my feminine energy is holding on to someone from the past. My feminine energy could feel all of their energy, right? Could feel all of this love and feel like this person from the past was their emperor. Doesn't necessarily mean that that person is their emperor, okay? So I do feel like, honestly, right now, a lot of my masculine energies are between two energies, okay? Between two Empresses. Again, one Empress is kind of past energy here with the karmic relationship card, and then the other one is in the future. So let's go ahead and tap in a little bit more. What are the problems and fears within this Empress, or the possibility of this Empress? Spirit, show me what I need to see, please, when it comes to my masculine energy, and what is going on with the Empress here. Problems and fears within this Empress. Show me what I need to see. Four of Pentacles, control, right? Okay, so this is kind of the same concept. My feminines are going to understand it from the isolation point of view. But for men, it's not about being alone. A lot of men actually don't fear being alone. They fear losing control, okay? And I don't mean that in a bad way, masculines. Ultimately, I feel like there's a part of you that is afraid to let go of this person in your past, okay? This karmic relationship that has literally put you through shit. It's pulled you back and forth here. It's drained you of your energy. You still have hope that this individual was your Empress, or there was still a part of you that saw this person as your Empress. But I feel like, honestly, with the Four of Pentacles energy, you're really holding on to this person. You don't want to let them go, okay? I feel like you worked really hard with this energy, okay? Again, this is why it's hard for you to let go. I feel like there's this fixation on this person of your past, or your current energy, past energy, doesn't matter. Same kind of thing here, okay? Because remember, time's irrelevant. But ultimately, again, you're holding on to this person in your past. Unlike my feminine energy who fears being alone, with you, it's this fear of losing. It doesn't have to do with being alone. It's about losing here. So let's take a look at this Empress coming in the future here. What is this Empress here? Why is the Empress here, Spirit? Show me what I need to see. Now, also too, the Empress can portray creativity, right? The birth of something new, whether this is independence, a balance within you, finding the feminine energy within you so that you can get a hold of this, not letting this past energy go. Or you could be dealing with two different feminine energies. We will find out. Spirit, why is the Empress here? Show me what I need to see, please, when it comes to this Empress. Nine of Swords, yeah. So I do feel like, honestly, there's this urge, there's this yearning to end things. I feel like you know that you're holding on to this person from your past because of your thoughts. It's like you think about this person so much that you end up defeating yourself, you know? It's like if this person was unfaithful or choose to not make a decision with you, ultimately it's like you're sitting there thinking about this over and over again, so ultimately it's defeating you. This is why you don't want to let go of them, because you're filling your thoughts with this person, with the things they've done wrong or the things they didn't do, or even maybe the things you did wrong to this individual. But ultimately it's forming this energy of not letting go, because you can't get this person out of your thoughts. What makes you think you can get rid of this person in the actual 3D manifestation, right? Important concept when it comes to tarot, right? Important concept when it comes to manifestation is it comes with first the download, right? The power of dream, the power of vision, the power of ambition and creation. From there, that spark turns into, let me think clearly about this thing. Let me speak clearly about this thing. Let me create this thing in the 3D, right? I feel like what's going on here with my masculine energy is because your thought process is trapped on this past energy. Comparing past energy to what you can have in future energy has created an ending that is taking place, but it's a very cruel ending. I feel like, again, you're beating yourself up with your thoughts on these individuals, or the thought of past into future. Yeah, I feel like, honestly, a lot of my masculine energies don't want to let go of this current Empress, okay? But you do want an end here. Like, there is an ending that's going to take place, right? It's this ending of the way you're thinking when it comes to this. Yeah, Queen of Cups. I feel like the past Empress energy that you thought was Empress, right, is a karmic relationship. Or if you're still with this person, I feel like it's a karmic relationship. There's definitely something you're supposed to be learning here. I hate to even say that. I know a lot of you guys, especially my masculine energy, might be a little bit disappointed here, but ultimately the person that is in your current energy or past energy is a karmic relationship that you can't let go of. It creates a lot of cruel thoughts within your head. But this new Empress in the future, or this idea of this new Empress being loving, nurturing, affectionate, patient, kind, beautiful, this is what's ending the way you're thinking, interesting enough. So this thought of what this future Empress could be, this thought of what you could have with this Empress, is creating the ending to this past energy. Interesting, very interesting. So why is the Ace of Cups coming through here in the reverse, Spirit? Spirit, why is the Ace of Cups coming in reverse? What is this lack of love? What is this lack of abundance? Show me what I need to see when it comes to the Ace of Cups in reverse, please, Spirit. Ace of Swords, being clear. Yeah, I feel like, honestly, right now, in order for my masculine energies to be able to fully move forward and attract what it is that they want, they have to be clear when it comes to the things that they don't have with love, okay? So, and again, strong emphasis on a past feminine energy and a future feminine energy here. So I feel like with the karmic relationship that you could currently be in, or in past tense, I feel like you're afraid to let go of this past energy because of the way you think, okay? But there's still going to be an ending to the way you're thinking here, okay? And the Ace of Swords is coming through. So you do get that clarity. You do get that aha moment. But I feel like that aha moment comes when you start really realizing the illusions within not having this love. I feel like there's a lot of pointing the finger at the past energy instead of pointing the finger even within your own life, right? Or within the own things that you've done. And I don't mean physically, like maybe cheating or anything like that. I'm just talking about, for some reason, Spirit's having you really strong emphasis on the things that you don't feel fulfilled with, right? And with the Queen of Cups coming through, I have a feeling it has to do with nurturing. It has to do with, I feel like that past energy, masculine energy. I feel like that past feminine energy, the past Empress that you were with, or this current Empress, whatever this is. I feel like, honestly, you're not clear on if this person actually loves you or not. I feel like this person has said things, especially with the Swords energy coming through. I feel like this person has said things that make you feel unloved, that make you feel unwanted, unappreciated. And you're clear about this, okay? So this isn't debatable. This is clear. You're absolutely clear that this past energy and possibly even this future energy can do the same thing here. Bottom of the deck, we have the Death in reverse, right? Not changing. Yeah, I feel like, honestly, masculine energy, the path you're headed on right now is very, it's like you want to go from one energy to the next. And again, with the Death card at the bottom, there's no change though. It's just taking where you were at and putting a lot of the blame on the karmic partner, right? Or seeing only the things that the karmic did wrong. Ultimately, because of this, there's no change, right? It's just you taking the energy off of one and putting it onto another. Does that make sense? It's like, again, there's this, I hope that makes sense. Let me clarify a little bit more here. What's going on with the Four of Wands energy? This usually talks about wedding, commitment. Five of Cups, the Hermit, Princess of Swords, Six of Cups. Yeah. Okay. So I feel like, honestly, my masculine energies definitely want wedding, definitely want commitment. I feel like, honestly, this karmic relationship had to teach you what it is that you wanted, okay? I feel like you thought that this past energy, this karmic relationship, was the Empress. I feel like, honestly, you were trying to make this person fit that mold, right? Because ultimately you thought this through and you knew that you wanted long-term, you wanted stability, you wanted commitment, right? You wanted to celebrate marriage. You wanted to have this Four of Wands energy. But masculine, it didn't happen, right? And because it didn't happen, a part of you couldn't let it go because you had worked so hard on this person being your counterpart. Now the reality sets in, and the way you're thinking, you start to become clear. You start to realize this person doesn't appreciate you. This person doesn't give you that nurturing feeling, that loving feeling. You feel like you have passion, or you feel like you have all of these other things, but you don't have love. Again, there's a strong emphasis on not having love with the Ace of Cups in reverse, okay? You feel like you don't have love here, but you want the Queen of Cups, right? You're clear. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it, okay? Ace of Swords here. You're very clear on what it is that you want, masculine energy. However, again, with seeing the Death card at the bottom of the deck, there was no change though. So ultimately, it's just taking your energy from the past and moving it to the forward. Again, it's just repeating a cycle. So all that's going to happen is by you manifesting and being clear and manifesting this Empress, you're going to have the same thing happen with this Empress if you don't get your mind right. I know you're clear on what you want, but you need to be clear on the things that you lost in the past connection. And you need to be clear on the balance of the guilt between both of you, not just one of you. You have to look at the situation as, okay, I didn't have this, maybe it's because of this. I can see what she or he did wrong, but ultimately I've got to start looking at the things that I contributed to in this connection. I feel like, again, it's this energy of moving and picking up to the next, no change. So again, you're going to get the same result because you're still in the same energy that you were in. And whether this was because you didn't set boundaries and you allowed this Empress to walk all over you or not, maybe again with all the moons coming through, right? There's lots of moons in this reading. The Ace of Cups in reverse has a moon down here, right? Illusions. Even the Four of Wands, talking about wedding and celebrations, there's a moon in this card. There's a lot of illusions within what you think this celebration should look like, what this person should be. So, clarifying the Four of Wands, right? What is it that you want to celebrate? You want to celebrate the Six of Cups energy, this soulmate connection, okay? You want to have the equal give and take when it comes to love. You want that 50-50 relationship. This you know. You're clear about this, okay? You also want the Princess of Swords. You want someone who rushes in. Not only someone who rushes in, but you want kind of like the Prince Charming, but in a feminine energy, right? You want someone to come in fast and be very clear with you and communicate to you all this love that you want. You want someone to come in fast and be clear with you when it comes to this equal give and take, this 50-50. You want to be clear here, right? Here's the isolation, even on the masculine energy, okay? Difference between feminine energy here and masculine energy when it comes to the isolation is masculine energy is going within to find the answers. Masculine energy is doing the work when it comes to self here, okay? And trusting in the divine process, the divine plan. And even if they're not quite where they need to be in divine masculine, ultimately, they understand what they have to do. They understand that the answers come in light. Yes, you have to face the shadows, but the answers you seek is the light, right? It's the answers within. It's the knowledge of light, of divine. Look, we have the Five of Cups in reverse here, okay? I feel like my masculines have been really depressed when it comes to the loss of something. The loss of this love. And I don't mean necessarily with this past Empress, okay? I'm just talking about the not having this love, right? The Ace of Cups energy, not having this abundant, overflowing cup of love. Not feeling nurtured, not feeling appreciated, not feeling loved, right? Five of Cups energy in reverse is a lot of challenges, but also being stuck in those challenges because of that. I feel like even though my masculine energies truly want this 50-50 relationship and they want someone who is going to clarify and be clearer and they want this fast here. Okay, this is fast. This is unlike feminine energy. Feminine energy, yeah, is getting tired of waiting, but masculine energy is like, now. I want this now. This shit didn't work out for me. Let's do this. I know what I want. But again, no change is actually being done here. But there is still the trusting of the divine process, trusting in the plan of things, right? But again, this goes back to the overall energy, right? Overall message from spirit. Activated earth, power places, right? Ley lines, trust where you're led. I feel like, again, masculine energy has not trusted the challenges. I feel like because again, we're talking about 3D situation here. I feel like my regular masculines, okay, the ones who do not have the twin flame connection, who are not in divine right now, I feel like the reason for that is because you're not trusting in the challenges. You're not trusting in the karmic relationships. You're not trusting in the loss of one. You're not trusting in the loss to realize what it is that you need to learn, to grow, to create boundaries, to grow. Most importantly here is to grow. You cannot leave one thing in the past and move to the forward expecting things to change without doing anything. That's this energy I'm feeling. It's not that you don't trust the plan. It's not that you don't trust the man. It's that you are so focused on the loss of things and the possible loss of the future that fear has consumed you. Not saying that you don't have drive and ambition, not saying that you're not clear on what it is that you want. I'm just saying that the things that are your shadows that lie within, the things that you need to work on, are going to be ultimately the change, the transformation. So let's find out what's going on with the star in reverse. Okay, let's find out what's going on, what it is that you're not wishing for, or what it is that you're feeling doubtful for. Why is the star here in reverse? 5 of Swords, Lord of Defeat. Yeah, you've been defeated here. Look, there's nothing wrong with you, masculine, okay? Defeat will have you feeling defeated. You will second guess yourself. You will doubt yourself. You will doubt the possibilities of the future. Feminine energy, grounding energy. Again, this is, remember, I told you guys where you're sharing and the mutual energy is going to be the things that you want in the future, the accomplishments you want. So ultimately right now, masculine and feminine, look, bottom of the deck again. I literally shuffled that deck. Do you see this? The death card in reverse, not changing. Ultimately right now, what is stopping this great twin flame union, what is stopping this great divine masculine and divine energy, divine feminine energy, is the fact that divine feminine is not willing to change, all right? Not willing to balance things out and understand that the balancing takes place within, right? Waiting for divine masculine to come in. No divine feminine, okay, and not even divine, because right now, again, we're still in this 3D. No, my feminines out there, that's not how this works. You have to change for you, not for divine masculine, all right? Or not for the thought that divine masculine could come in sweeping you off your feet. Same thing with divine masculine here. Divine masculine doesn't want to do any work, but expects the next relationship to work out. But you haven't changed anything from your past connection to this one. Now, for those of you guys who have worked on yourself and who have changed, clearly this message isn't for you. So ultimately, the reason you're having this, especially for my masculines out there, the reason you're having these issues is because you've been defeated. But again, remember, these karmic relationships are made to teach you something. You're supposed to learn the challenge. You're supposed to learn the fear, the problem, so that you can create these boundaries, so that you can understand what it is that you need to do to be able to move forward and change your past actions and create new paths in the future. Regardless, grounding energy for both of you right now, mutual grounding energy is no change, okay? So unless feminine wakes up, unless masculine wakes up, there's going to be this continuance when it comes to the shadows. They're repeating the same cycles over and over again. Feminine energy not realizing the balance within, right? Feminine energy not realizing that ultimate happiness does not come from divine masculine. If you're not happy within, you are going to attract a masculine that is not happy within. If you work on you and you create this balancing act within you, you are balanced. I'm telling you right now, once you create this balance and this justice within, and you create this 2 of Cups without a partner, I promise you, you will have no longer this fear of being in isolation. You will no longer have the concept of time in your head. You will just be like, whatever, I'm going to live life. I'm happy. If something happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I'm all right with it because I'm happy with inside. I'm within this union. I don't need somebody to give me this equal give and take. I can give it to myself. Ultimately, that's when you attract someone who matches your energy. That's when, if this is really your twin flame, right? Say you guys are both watching this video, divine masculine, divine feminine, but they're still not divine, right? This is that 3D energy, right? So they're struggling, they're having the shadows, they're having the karmic relationships. All of a sudden, divine feminine wakes up, not even, and I say divine feminine because all of a sudden, feminine wakes up and realizes, okay, I need to give this equal give and take into myself. I need to stop focusing on this not having reconciliation. I need to stop focusing on not having this 10 of Cups and create this 10 of Cups within me, right? That is what this union is about. Once divine feminine realizes that, she's divine feminine. Now divine feminine creates this energy within masculine that gets masculine going, right? And even if this masculine is not your twin flame, divine, all right? Even if this masculine energy is not yours, feminine, ultimately it doesn't matter, because when you are in this energy of union, you are going to attract this union. You're going to attract a masculine energy who knows what they want, who has been through these same karmic cycles, who has been through these whole energy of not having wish fulfillment, not having emotions, right? Or not the equal give and take of emotions. You're going to find someone who matches you. That's the law of attraction, and that's what's important to understand with these tarot card readings, okay? Again, moderation is important too, you guys. So with that being said, I've pretty much tapped into masculine and feminine energies. I do want to take a look at the characterization between you two, okay? So I want to see how people look at you guys. How is the outer perspective? And remember, I brought this up even in the you versus them readings. Ultimately, the way you see others is actually a perception of yourself. So if you're looking at everybody else and you feel like everybody else is ahead of you, you're never going to have that. That's because ultimately that's how you feel inside about yourself, okay? So if you're one of those people and you're looking at, again, someone in the outside perspective and you're sitting there saying, dang, I wish I had those things, it's because you don't have it within you to create those things. So ultimately, again, this is why it's important to look at how people look at you or how people view you, because ultimately the way people view you has a lot to do with the way you see yourself, okay? Because again, energy is felt, all right? This is why someone can walk into a room and ultimately they can read them. They already know what kind of person they are without even being able to fully have a conversation with them. Energy is very strong, so it's very important when we talk about the characterization of you, okay? All right, so and again, you're judged by your character, not by and your actions, okay? All right, Spirit, let's go ahead and look at feminine energy first. Please show me how other people view my feminine energies, please. Show me what I need to see when it comes to my feminine energies, please. I give offerings that are genuine. So I do feel like, honestly, a lot of my feminine energies are viewed as someone who is very genuine, who is very humble, right? I feel like this says a lot about my feminine energies. I really do. I do feel like, honestly, the struggle, the pain, the heartache has created true intentions. Does that make sense? Because of a lack of. So if you feel like you weren't loved enough, right? Or you didn't get what you wanted to in a connection, or even within the friends and the family around you, ultimately, I feel like a lot of, and this goes back to giving all of yourself away, feminine energy. I do feel like, honestly, the reason people see you as someone who gives offerings that are true and genuine is because you've been here. You understand what it is to not have love. You understand what it is to be doubted. You understand, again, the Three of Wands came through, right? Established strength. Feminine energy, you've been through it, right? Literally, you've been through it. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. And I feel like because you've been through this, you know what it is to give to others where they lack, right? This is why people can pick up on that energy. Where's my masculine energy at, Spirit? How do people see my masculine energy? The character of my masculine energy, please show me what I need to see, Spirit. Interesting, though, because with my feminine energy, if people view you as someone who's genuine when it comes to your offerings, so like basically if you say I'll give you a ride, they know you'll come through, right? It's like people know that you only say what you can fully do, right? It's like, you're not going to tell someone, oh, I'll lend you $1 million if you only have $10 in the bank. That kind of energy. I feel like people know you to be genuine, to be true, right? And so when you offer things that are genuine and true. You don't make broken promises because your promises have been broken. You don't get false hope because someone has led you down that path of hoping for something you never got. Masculine energy, please, Spirit. Masculine energy. Show me how my people characterize and see my masculine energy, please. As someone who is very closed off, someone who is hesitant, right? Someone who can't make up their mind. One card flipped over. Where'd we go? I am trustful in my relationships. So I feel like honestly, and I'm forgiving. So I do feel like honestly, I feel like for my masculine energy, I feel like honestly my masculines have been played here. We'll be doing a karmic reading really soon, okay, you guys, especially because this karmic relationship came up. And I was already trying to 2 weeks ago to give you guys a karmic relationship reading before because I felt a lot of karmic cycles here. Ultimately, though, with this card, people can trust you in relationships. So I do feel like my masculine energies have been faithful. I'm not saying they've always been faithful here. Feminines, what I'm saying is that your masculine energies are in karmic relationships, and these masculines, whether they weren't faithful to you or not, they are now in a connection where they are faithful. And I feel like their karma is with this third party who is not being faithful to them or who is not faithful to them. This is why now they are being viewed, the masculines are being viewed as someone who is trustful in a relationship, right? Because feminine seeing masculine in another relationship, being faithful to another relationship, not fully understanding, right? Because again, their wishes were unfulfilled. Masculine is being trusted in these relationships because masculine treated like feminine in the past like shit, or maybe this connection, you know, this masculine energy may not be your twin flame. This masculine energy may be someone else's story, right? Ultimately, though, it's important because this will tell you where masculine energy is at 9 times out of 10. They have to go through things to be able to fully understand things. Unlike feminine energy is very emotional. Therefore, usually most, feminines can very well express themselves when it comes to love. And sometimes if that masculine energy is just not as mature, it can definitely take more of an experience and learning and losing to really wake masculine up. But I do feel like, honestly, masculine has woken up to intimacy in the fact of being committed, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and end this by getting overall advice from Spirit here on these two energies, and then we will get into the extended. Let's go ahead and pull, again, possible advice or overall advice, okay? I will be reading out of the book here, you guys. I can sit here and memorize these cards, but I just absolutely love the description in this book, okay? Because it really, I don't know, I love it, all right? So I don't feel like I need to alter it with my own energy or my own intuition here, okay? So I'm gonna read it for what the artist and the writer depicted them as, okay? All right, so I want to just really focus on feminine energy first, all right? Let's find out what advice Spirit has for my feminine energies currently during this struggle with isolation. Spirit, show me what I need to see when it comes to my feminine's energy, please. Show me the advice for my feminine's energy. One card, please, Spirit. Number 12. Ooh, look at you, feminine energy, right? 2, 1, 3, the creation, the birth. Number 3 is also the Empress energy, right? So we did get it in the reverse, number 12 in the reverse. This is the Singer of the Chalice. I have something on my nail. I apologize if that looked all nasty. All right, let's see. Number 12. Numerology, 3s are all about creation, births, new adventures, birth, possibly even actual physical birth, okay? Number 12, again, the Singer of Chalice. Trust, joy, patience, creativity, hope, and miracles, right? Interesting, very interesting already, but you did get it in the reverse. So the reverse is trust what enables us to be open to other parts of the song of the Singer of the Chalice. Without enough trust in the process to open our hearts, we close ourselves off from the singers of the song, decreasing the amount of all those other powers and energies that we allow to flow through us. We can never close off any part of the song entirely, so this tells us that there is always a little bit of courage or hope, or whatever that we can find within ourselves, and use that as the key to open the door to more. When we perceive the song of the singer to be muted, its chalice to be dry, it is only that we need to ask ourselves, why not? Then don't even try to answer that, just open our heart's door. Yeah, you put yourself so far in isolation, my feminine energy, that you keep asking yourself, why? Do you remember in the beginning of this reading, I told you I feel like a lot of my feminine energies are asking for signs. Show me the sign, give me an answer. Why do I keep thinking about this person? Is this person the one? Will I find love again? Will I find somebody like that again? Ultimately, divine is telling you, if I didn't give you an answer, it's because that is your answer. You already knew the answer, right? That is what this card's about. This is you, instead of asking the question, why, you should ask, all right, when, right? How, right? So it's redirecting the perception of it. So I feel like, honestly, a lot of my feminine energies are they're just in this isolation right now. This feeling like it's never going to happen. You're never going to have love. You're never going to find this twin flame. You're never going to have this reconciliation. You're never going to have the 10 of Cups. You're never going to have the 2 of Cups. You're never going to have the 9 of Pentacles. You're never going to manifest what it is that you want. That right there is stopping you from manifesting the things that you want. You have to start little, even if it's just with, you know what, instead of saying why, saying, okay, I get it. This happened. I didn't like the way I felt. So I'll make sure that the next time I won't allow somebody to treat me like that. And if it means that you have to walk, okay, there's a great song. I'll add it to the playlist, you guys. I have 2 playlists in my playlist. One is the Should I Listen To, which is going to be more rap and stuff. And then I have, I believe, a love one. If I don't have the love one and I haven't created it yet, that means I've just added the songs into the Should I Listen To playlist, okay? I need to add the song. It's G-Eazy and Cassie, old school Cassie. Y'all remember Cassie, Me and You, that song? If y'all are older, you know what I'm talking about. Not even that old, but just a little bit older. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, my point is that Cassie did a song with G-Eazy. I'd rather lose a lover than love a loser. So beautifully said. And it's the concept of, would you rather lose someone that you truly love, or would you rather hold on to them and love a loser? And I know it's kind of fucked up to say, but ultimately holding on to this past energy would be loving a loser, right? Not allowing that person from your past to change, to grow, to evolve, to go through some karmic relationships, to realize what it is that they want or they don't want, right? You went through this process of loss, betrayal, and deceit so that you could figure out what it was that you wanted. I know we don't expect it to be that way, but that is the reality of how things work. Do you get what I'm saying? So ultimately, now masculine energy is going through that. They're going through what you went through. They're going through the pain. They're being cheated on, right? They're being trusted in the relationship, but their person's not being trusted, okay? I hope that makes sense to my feminines out there. Let's go ahead and tap into the masculine energy really quickly. Again, would you rather love a loser, or would you rather lose a lover, right? So it's like ultimately saying, feminines, that if somebody walks into your life and you created those boundaries and you really love this person and you would not mind, you know, starting a relationship with them, ultimately it's telling yourself, okay, I can already see the signs. This person's already doing things that I don't agree with, or they're not communicating with me, because communication is always key in any relationship. So ultimately it's that, do you at that point, do you allow that person, once you start feeling the same feelings of the past coming through with a new connection, you have to ask yourself, okay, do I allow this connection to go on knowing that I'm already feeling like my burdens have been coming back, or feeling like my buttons have been pushed, or do I walk away and just let this love go away, right? It's ultimately understanding where you're at in your growth pattern and accepting people for their process, whether they're as grown as you or not, right? So if you meet someone and they're just not on that same level as you, you're gonna know. And even though it may hurt to tell them, hey, or maybe it even may hurt you to tell them, hey, this just isn't, we're not on the same path here, right? Because ultimately you know what goes wrong when you continue on with energy like this. I hope that makes sense, you guys, right? So let's get some, I know that was a long time. Where are we at? An hour and 33 minutes? All right. Let's get some overall advice for my masculine energy. Spirit, 1 card, please, when it comes to overall advice for my masculine energy. Spirit, 1 card, please, when it comes to overall advice for my masculine energy. Like I said, you guys, we're going to be getting into the extended. We're going to look at the possible outcome of masculine and feminine energy within these energies. Not the divine connection, okay? So not the glammed up possibility of, right? Not the perfect possibility, but the possibility within these shadows, all right? Wow, interesting. Wow, really interesting. So we have number 14. 4 and 1 is 5. Lots of challenges. Remember, we've had a few 5s pop up in the masculine energy. So obviously, there's a lot of challenges, a lot of problems, a lot of fears. But we did get the Aiden. The Hayden, the Aiden. I cannot read that writing, you guys, but yay. For my masculine energy. So let's go ahead and read that. Number 14, let's see where we're at here. Alrighty, let's see. And you did get it in the upright, okay? So it says, let's see, the maiden. Sorry, it was an M, not an H. The maiden, all right? The maiden signifies new beginnings and growth. You couldn't ask for a more auspicious card than if you are beginning something new, all right? I cannot say this word. Spontaneously. Joy, growth, exhilaration, and promise for the future are signified here. We must note also that in early stages of any process, there is a vulnerability and a need for protection, shelter, and guidance. But there's also a magical impetus toward burgeoning growth. Trust the process, but take care of the details as well. Remember the spots in between, the marks in between those ley lines, right? The challenges, the karmic relationships. The maiden is also the inner child who needs to be under the supervision of a competent inner adult in order for her to feel secure and loved. Let me just reread that because that's really important, right? Trust the process, but take care of the details as well. The maiden is also the inner child who needs to be under the supervision of a competent inner adult in order for her to feel secure and loved. But take care of the details, right? She is not happy when we spoil her. Consider what is growing in your life. Make a list of your hopes, dreams, and plans. Look for the growth within you and think about how you can cherish and nurture that. Bless the growth you see around you. Yeah, so, I mean, clearly, right, masculine, that would make sense here, right? Masculine energy, you're having a lot of problems and fears. Maybe you feel like you've done the best that you could, you were faithful, you were committed, and yet love still lacked or commitment still lacked, right? Again, there's this energy of holding on to it, not letting go, or even not changing from past to the next connection. And so ultimately, Spirit's questioning you because Spirit's like, hey, if you're not fully understanding that growth process, the in-betweens, the challenges and the problems, you're not going to grow, right? It's like the big child that never grows, the immature adult. It's that person is still in that same thought process, that same mental state, right? Not willing to change. They're not willing to see it from a different point of view, a different perception, a different way. Pretty interesting, really interesting. It hit it really on. So yeah, you guys, that's all I have for you in this reading. I will be getting on tomorrow. We're going to be tapping into energy, right? I won't be doing zodiac signs, individual zodiac signs for a while. I just want to focus on a few readings and just kind of see where the energy's at and see where it takes us. I am going to be doing a pick a card reading this week for those of you guys who do like pick a card readings. I know some of you guys do, so I will incorporate a pick a card reading this week, okay? With that being said, we're going to go ahead and get into the extended. For those of you guys going into the extended, we're going to tap into this a little bit more. I want to find out what's going on with this non-reconciliation. I want to find out what's going on with this new Empress coming in. I want to clarify the possible outcome between the masculine and feminine energy here. I want to look at it from two different points of view. I want to look at it from the 3D as well as the 5D, okay? So the 3D would be the way we see it, and then, of course, the 5D, the way Divine sees it, right? That higher perspective, okay? So for those of you guys following me in the extended, just send me an email and be like, hey, Empress Egypt, I would like the extended, please, and make sure you guys incorporate the title, all right, in the email so that I know exactly which video you want the extended for. $5 for my extended. I use PayPal. My PayPal link is down below, you guys. You send the $5 PayPal, send me an email so that I know where to send the video link to. All of my video links are live. So I will give you the time and date that I will be doing the extended. I will not be doing the extended to this video today, okay? It will probably be tomorrow, if not the next day. So for those of you guys purchasing the extended, I will give you a link and, like I said, the time and day so that you can catch the extended live as well, okay? Let's see. I usually like to give a few orders when it comes to the extendeds before I actually do the live. So I'll give you guys about 24 to 48 hours to actually request the extendeds, and then once I get enough extended requests, we'll go into the live extended reading, okay? Let's see. The live extended reading will be by link only, so if you do not pay for the link, you will not get the link. If you guys do want to just donate to my channel, my PayPal link is down below. Donations are always greatly appreciated. Also, too, really quickly, for those of you guys still on, or for those of you guys catching the end of this video on replay, it was brought to my attention in my analytics that 50% of the people watching my videos weren't actually subscribed. And for the longest time, I actually used to look at that as a negative. But I just want to say thank you to even those of you guys who are not subscribed to my channel, because you guys are still watching my content, which means that there's something that you guys are gaining from my readings. And I truly appreciate your support just as much as all of my subscribers, okay? I'm still doing the 1,000 subscriber giveaway, you guys. I know I've been off for a couple of weeks. As soon as we hit 1,000 subscribers, I will announce the winner. If you do want a chance to enter, I am giving away a 2-hour shadow work personal soulmate reading. You guys, you can ask whatever questions you want to ask. You get up to 6 questions. Again, 2 hours. It is a free reading I am giving away. Everything's in the description box, including the directions on how to enter. All you have to do is be subscribed to my YouTube channel. That's it. All right. So with that being said, you guys, make sure you're subscribed so you do get a chance and enter. I can't talk, blah, 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 blah. You get what I'm saying. All right, though, you guys, I will see you guys purchasing the extended within 48 hours. I love you guys. Stay blessed. Blessed be. And I will see you guys tomorrow, where we are going to be tapping into the energies and seeing where we get, all right, what goes on. With that being said, you guys, I love you. Stay blessed. Blessed be. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.